Hi, this is Mr. Null, and I want to show you today the first few steps in making a Google Slides presentation. The first thing to do is on your Google Drive page, you're going to push the New button in your top left corner. And click on Google Slides. This is a special setting I have. You don't have this setting, and this box won't come up on your computer. The first thing I need to do is name my presentation. In the top left corner, you'll see it already says Untitled Presentation, but you're going to change that. You'll change it to the name of your subject that you're presenting, and also your name should be in there, your last name or your first name. So I'm going to pretend that I'm presenting about tigers, and I'm going to put in my name. The next thing I need to do is pick a theme. A theme gives a background, a different color background to your presentation. It also has some other little different features, like some differences in design. You can see that this theme has two different colors on it. You can pick any theme you would like to, as long as it fits with your project. It doesn't presents your research in the best way. I'm going to pick this black theme. And the next thing I need to do is, this is the first slide of my presentation. And I've got these text boxes already on here. I don't want to get rid of these. This is a great help that Google is giving me by putting these here. I can click right in here, click to add title, and write my title right in there, Tigers. In the subtitle line, I'm going to put my name. Alright, and your cover slide is all set up. You could add a picture in here if you'd like as well, a picture of tigers. In the next slide that I add, I'm going to show you how to add a picture, and you could come back to this cover slide and add it in there if you'd like later. To add a slide to my presentation, I go to this plus sign right here. I just push the plus sign and a new slide appears. You'll notice that this slide is different because it's not your first slide. It's not the cover slide of your presentation. This is where your content goes, your facts and your research. So at the top, I'm going to put the subject of this slide. For this Tigers presentation, I'm going to put a question in there, a question that I tried to find answers for. So, right, what does a tiger look like? And this text box has content. So I'm going to write the answers to my question. Tigers weigh about 350 to 640 pounds. They are about 3 feet high and 10 feet long. Alright, now as the slide is right now, there's no space for a picture. You can see that we have this text box and it covers the whole slide. But it doesn't have to be that way. I can I can put my mouse over on the right side there. Watch as when it has 4 arrows on it, that means I can move the slide, or I can move the text box anywhere I want. See that? Let me move it back here. If I put my mouse on top of any of these little squares on the edge, you're going to see that it changes to 1 arrow. In that case, I can make it smaller. I could make it bigger by going the other direction. If I wanted to make it smaller from top to bottom, I could do this. And I could even get a little bit fancy by, you see when I put my mouse on top of this circle up here, if I press down on that, I can twist the box. But in this case, I would like to just keep it straight. I do need a picture of a tiger on here. I need to make sure that the picture goes along with the facts that I have on the slide. I don't want a picture of just a jungle where a tiger lives without a tiger in there, because that's the habitat of the tiger, but it doesn't tell me what the tiger looks like. And that's what the subject of this slide is. What does a tiger look like? So I want to have a picture of a tiger. Let me open up a new tab up here. And I'm going to go to the Winship databases, library, and databases, Britannica. I could choose Britannica or Kids Info Bits. They both have good pictures. I'm going to search for tigers. And here I've got some good pictures of tigers. Okay. I think I'd like to use this picture of a tiger for that slide about what a tiger looks like. So I've got it nice and as big as it can be on the screen. I'll do a 2-finger click on top of the picture. I get a little menu there, and I'm going to push copy image. And along the top, I go back to my tab that has my slide presentation on it. And I'm going to paste it in there. So there are a few different ways that I could do this. I can push edit and paste. I could also, a faster way to do it would be to hold the command or control button and tap the letter V. You can do it either way. I'll push paste here. And there it is. Now, I don't want the picture to cover any of the words. In this case, it went right in without covering anything, but some of the pictures that you have, when you put them in, they might cover the words and you'll have to change the size. So I'm going to show you how you would resize a picture, the best ways and the ways that you shouldn't do it. You should go to any of the 4 corners. You can see it changes to 1 arrow, and I can pull it down diagonally to resize it. And if I do it that way, if I resize it from the corners, it keeps the proportion. So even though the picture is smaller, it still looks like a tiger. What I don't want to do is from the sides, the top or the bottom or either side. I don't want to resize it from there because what happens is it changes the whole look of the tiger. I'm just going to undo that. If I wanted to, I could rotate the picture a little bit with this circle at the top. In this case, I'd rather just leave it straight. I think this looks good. My picture is related to the facts that are on the page. My picture doesn't cover any of the letters. I've got the title, the subject of the slide up here. This looks like a good slide to me. And from this point, I can move on to make another slide. I can push the plus sign and start over again with the new slide. Now, here are some advanced features. I'm not going to show you all these, but I'll show you where to find the advanced features, because I know that some of you will catch on to all this pretty quickly, and you may want to use some library class time to do some more fancy things on your presentation. So if you go to Format up here, let me just click in here. There we go. I wasn't sure what was happening there for a minute because the print wasn't dark, but now it is. If you go to Format, you can make some text in bold. You can change the font size. You can change the text color if you'd like. A warning, you want to make sure that people can always read the writing. You don't want to put yellow writing on a yellow background. You want to make sure that people who are looking at your presentation can actually read your writing. Another thing that you can do is you can, under the slide option up here in the menu, you can change the background, you could change the theme, you can change transitions. Transitions is when you're presenting it to a group of people, a transition is how it moves from slide to slide. You can do some fancy things there. And there are some interesting features here in the insert menu as well. You can put shapes in there. All of this is kind of extra stuff. It's not the basics, but if you've done the basics and you would like to add some fancy things to your presentation, you can try some of these things. That's the basics of Google Slides. I think you're ready to begin your presentation in library class, and I wish you good luck. Thank you.